Most gardeners never think twice before pouring something into a hole in the soil, and that is exactly how a simple garden experiment can turn into a disappointing mistake. I remember seeing people try all kinds of kitchen mixtures around their plants because somebody promised that one strange combination would suddenly wake up the soil, chase away every pest, or make the roots explode with growth. Coca-Cola and baking soda are two of those ingredients that sound harmless when you hear about them separately, but when you put them together in a whole, something very noticeable happens almost immediately. You get fizzing, bubbling, and a little cloud of foam, and for a moment it looks like something powerful is happening underneath the ground. But here is the part most people miss. That reaction does not mean your plant has just received some secret fertilizer. In fact, putting this mixture directly beside living roots can create problems that are much less exciting than the bubbles you see on the surface. I learned a long time ago that the garden rewards simple experiments, but it also punishes careless ones. So today, I want to show you what really happens, why the reaction looks so dramatic, and how you can test the idea without sacrificing a healthy plant. The old gardeners I learned from were not afraid of unusual methods, but they always tested a strange mixture away from the crop first. That little habit saved many plants over the years. And there is one detail about Coca-Cola that makes this experiment especially interesting, because once you understand what is actually causing those bubbles, you will see why the place where you pour it matters more than the mixture itself. That is where this simple kitchen experiment gets much more interesting. I used to think that if something fizzed strongly in the garden, it had to be doing something useful, because when you see that reaction right in front of you, it is very easy to believe that the soil is being cleaned or the roots are getting some kind of boost. But after years of trying simple garden experiments, I learned to slow down and look at what happens after the bubbles disappear. That is where the real story begins. When Coca-Cola meets baking soda, the first thing you notice is the bubbling reaction, and that happens because the acidic drink reacts with the baking soda. The mixture releases carbon dioxide gas, which is what creates all that foam and fizz. It can look impressive, especially when you pour it into a small hole and watch the surface react, but the bubbles themselves are not a sign that the soil has suddenly become richer. They are simply the visible part of a chemical reaction. And this is where many gardeners make the same mistake. They see movement and assume there must be a benefit underneath. I have made that mistake myself with other homemade mixtures, and sometimes the garden teaches you a lesson that a bottle or a bag never will. Coca-Cola also contains sugar and other ingredients that do not belong in the root zone of most garden plants. A little sweetness in a cup is one thing, but pouring a sugary drink into soil can leave organic material behind and may attract ants or other insects, especially when the weather is warm. Then there is the question of baking soda. Used carefully for certain garden purposes, it can have a place, but putting a concentrated amount directly beside roots is another matter. The roots are living parts of the plant, and they respond to changes in their surroundings. This is why I never recommend testing a strange kitchen mixture directly beside a valuable tomato, pepper, cucumber, or fruit tree. If you really want to see what happens, there is a much safer, old-fashioned way to do it. Take a small container of ordinary garden soil and make the hole there first. Pour in a small amount of the mixture and watch the reaction. You can see the fizzing without risking a plant that took months to grow. And here is the part that surprised me when I first started paying attention. The most useful lesson from this experiment is not what the Coca-Cola and baking soda do together. It is what the reaction teaches you about the soil itself, and that little clue can lead us to a much simpler method that costs almost nothing. Most gardeners walk right past that clue, but once you notice it, you will never look at a garden hole quite the same way again. There is an old habit I picked up from gardeners who had been growing food long before every garden problem came with a bottle and a label, and that habit was to test the soil before trying to fix it. They did not have 10 different products sitting on a shelf for every little problem, so they learned to pay attention to what the ground was telling them. If a plant looked weak, they looked at the moisture first. If the leaves changed color, they looked at the roots and the soil. If water disappeared too quickly, they added organic material and mulch instead of immediately reaching for something expensive. That simple way of thinking is worth remembering when you see an experiment like Coca-Cola and baking soda. The interesting part is not that these two kitchen ingredients create a dramatic reaction. The interesting part is that the reaction reminds us that soil is not just dirt sitting under our feet. It is a living, growing environment, and small changes can affect what happens around the roots. I remember one older gardener showing me a very simple test many years ago. He would take a handful of soil, put it into an old glass jar, add some water, and shake it well. Then he would leave it alone and watch how the different layers settled. He was not trying to make the garden complicated. He simply wanted to know what kind of soil he was dealing with before planting something valuable. Another time, he showed me how he would dig a small hole and fill it with water to see how quickly the ground drained. That told him more than an expensive product ever could. If the water disappeared almost immediately, he knew the soil was probably too loose or dry. If the water stayed there for a long time, he knew drainage might be a problem. These were small observations, but they prevented bigger mistakes later. That is the forgotten part of many old gardening methods. The solution often started with observation instead of treatment. And there is another lesson here that I think is especially important for anyone who has been gardening for many years. You do not need to make every experiment more powerful. Sometimes the safest experiment is the smallest one. Instead of pouring a whole bottle of Coca-Cola and a large amount of baking soda into a garden bed, you can test a tiny amount in a separate container of soil and simply watch what happens over time. Does the soil surface change? Does the smell change? Does anything grow differently afterward? That tells you far more than a dramatic 5-second fizz. Most people stop watching when the bubbles disappear, but I have learned that the garden usually tells you the truth after the excitement is gone. And in the next step, I want to show you the simple way I would use this experiment without putting a healthy plant at risk, because there is one small detail about the hole itself that can make all the difference. Now, let me show you how I would actually do this experiment if I wanted to see the reaction for myself without putting a good plant at risk. I learned this approach after making enough garden mistakes to understand that a healthy plant is not the place to test every interesting idea that comes along. Take an old plastic container or a small bucket and fill it with ordinary garden soil. You do not need special soil and you do not need to buy anything. If you have a little soil left over from an old pot, that works just as well. Make a small hole in the center, only a few inches deep, because we are not trying to create a planting hole here. We are simply creating a little test area where you can see what happens. Now pour a small amount of Coca-Cola into the hole. You do not need much. A few tablespoons is enough for the experiment. Watch the soil carefully as the liquid disappears. You may notice that the surface becomes darker and wetter, and you may notice the sweet smell immediately. Then comes the part everyone waits for. Add a small amount of baking soda. The moment it touches the acidic drink, the mixture begins to fizz and foam. It can look surprisingly active for such a small amount of liquid. If you have never seen it before, you may understand why people think something powerful is happening underneath the soil. But remember what we learned earlier. The bubbles are carbon dioxide gas being released by the reaction. They are not oxygen being pumped into the roots, and they are not some hidden fertilizer suddenly appearing in the ground. Once the fizzing stops, the dramatic part is finished. Now comes the part I find much more useful. Leave that soil alone and observe it over the next several days instead of adding more mixture. That is where patience becomes part of the experiment. If you want to compare the result, make a second container with the same soil and add only water. Keep both containers in the same place and let them sit under the same conditions. After a few days, compare the smell, surface condition, and moisture. This simple comparison tells you much more than watching a reaction for 30 seconds. And there is an even better old garden habit you can use here. If you are trying to understand a real planting area, take a small sample of soil from the hole you are concerned about and examine it separately rather than pouring an unknown mixture directly around the plant. Most gardeners skip this because it feels slower, but it can save you from losing a crop. The goal is not to make the strongest reaction possible. The goal is to learn what your soil needs before you change it. Once I started thinking that way, I stopped wasting money on random treatments and started getting better results from simple things I already had. And the next part is where we separate the harmless kitchen experiment from the mistakes that can actually hurt a living plant. This is where I want you to be especially careful because most of the mistakes with this experiment happen after the fizzing has already stopped. People see the reaction and think more must mean better, so they pour in another bottle of Coca-Cola and add another spoonful of baking soda right beside a plant. I would not do that. A living root system is not a laboratory container, and you cannot easily see what is happening below the soil. The first mistake is using too much of either ingredient. Coca-Cola is acidic and contains a lot of sugar, while baking soda can change the conditions around the roots. Neither one should be treated like ordinary plant food. The second mistake is putting the mixture directly against the stem. Even if you are only experimenting, the base of a plant is one of the worst places to pour an unknown mixture because moisture can remain there and create conditions that encourage problems. If you are determined to test it around an established plant, keep the experiment completely separate from the main root area and use only a tiny amount. But personally, I prefer the container test because it gives you information without risking months of work. The third mistake is believing that bubbles mean pests are being killed underground. They do not. The reaction is not a reliable method for removing insects, worms, grubs, or diseases from soil, and I would never tell you to replace a proven garden practice with this mixture. When I have a pest problem, I look at the plant first and find the actual cause instead of treating the soil blindly. The same goes for weeds. Pouring a sweet drink and baking soda into a hole will not magically turn that spot into a weed-free zone. In fact, adding sugar to soil can attract unwanted insects and leave you with another problem to solve. This is why old gardeners often said that the cheapest solution was not always the ingredient that cost nothing. Sometimes the cheapest solution was simply not doing something unnecessary. That lesson has saved me more money than any homemade recipe. So, if you want to enjoy this Coca-Cola experiment, treat it as an experiment and nothing more. Watch the fizz, compare 2 small soil samples, and let the reaction finish. Then put the bottle away and give your garden what it actually needs. And there is one simple change you can make instead that costs almost nothing and has a much better chance of helping your soil over the long season. What I learned from experiments like this is that the biggest change in a garden often comes from what you stop doing rather than what you start pouring into the soil. Once I stopped chasing every strange kitchen trick and started paying attention to the simple things, my garden became easier to manage and much more predictable. If your soil is dry, I give it water slowly and deeply instead of trying to wake it up with a sugary drink. If the soil dries out too quickly, I add a layer of leaves, straw, or other clean organic mulch over the surface. That one old habit can save water, protect the roots from sudden temperature changes, and reduce the amount of time you spend standing there with a hose. If the soil stays wet for too long, I look at drainage before adding anything else. Sometimes the answer is simply improving the soil structure with compost and other organic material, or making sure the planting area does not collect water after every rain. These changes may not create a dramatic cloud of bubbles, but they are the kind of changes you can still see weeks later when the plant is growing strongly. I remember one season when a section of my garden looked tired and weak, and my first thought was that it needed some special treatment. Instead, I dug down and found that the soil was compacted and the surface was drying into a hard crust. I loosened the area carefully, added some finished compost, covered the surface with mulch, and changed the way I watered. I did not pour anything exciting into the hole, and that was exactly the point. A few weeks later, the plants looked better, and I had spent almost nothing. That experience changed the way I look at these viral garden experiments. They can be interesting, and sometimes they are worth testing, but they should not distract us from the quiet methods that actually build a garden over time. Another useful habit is keeping a small observation notebook. Write down where you planted, when you watered, when you added compost, and what the plants looked like afterward. You do not need complicated measurements. Just a few notes can show you patterns that are easy to miss from day to day. Maybe one bed stays healthier because it has better mulch. Maybe another struggles because water collects there after rain. Once you notice those patterns, you can fix the real problem instead of guessing. And this is where the Coca-Cola and baking soda experiment gives us its most valuable lesson. The fizz lasts for a moment, but a healthy soil system is built slowly. The question is not how dramatic the reaction looks. The question is what happens to your plants after the reaction is gone. And when I followed that question, I found one simple garden habit that gave me a much better result than any kitchen experiment ever did. So, after everything we have looked at, here's the way I would leave this experiment. If you have Coca-Cola and baking soda in the kitchen, you can absolutely use a small amount to see the reaction for yourself, but I would keep it as a simple experiment rather than treating it as a secret fertilizer or a cure for garden problems. Make a little test hole in a container of soil, add a few tablespoons of Coca-Cola, add a small amount of baking soda, and watch the fizzing happen. Then stop. Let the reaction finish and leave the soil alone so you can see what happens afterward. That is enough to satisfy your curiosity without putting a healthy plant at risk. For the garden itself, I would put my effort somewhere much more useful. I would protect the soil with mulch, add finished compost when the soil needs more organic material, water deeply when the plants need it, and pay attention to drainage when water refuses to leave. Those simple habits may never give you the exciting bubbling effect that gets people talking online, but they can make a real difference over an entire growing season. And there is something else I have come to appreciate as I have gotten older. Gardening does not have to become more complicated as we learn more. It can actually become simpler. When I was younger, I wanted to try everything. I wanted every new trick, every strange mixture, every shortcut that promised bigger vegetables with less work. After enough seasons, I learned that the best methods are usually the ones I can repeat without thinking too much about them. Water when the soil needs water. Feed the soil instead of constantly chasing the plant. Keep the surface covered. Watch the leaves. Look underneath them. Dig down when something seems wrong. Those habits give you control without making the garden feel like another job. So, if you saw this Coca-Cola and baking soda experiment and wondered what would happen next, now you know. You will see a quick reaction, plenty of fizz, and a simple lesson about what a chemical reaction can look like. But the bigger lesson is that a dramatic reaction is not automatically a useful garden treatment. Sometimes the most valuable thing we can learn from an experiment is knowing when not to repeat it around our plants. That is a lesson I wish I had learned earlier because it would have saved me plenty of time, money, and a few perfectly good plants. And if you enjoy these old-fashioned experiments, stay with me because there are other simple garden methods worth testing, including one that uses something most people throw away without thinking, and that little piece of waste can become one of the most useful things in your garden.